Hey you, do you know which letter is the best letter in the alphabet? We're going to let NCAA Football 24 decide for us. I'm going to be spinning a wheel to decide which letters will be going off head to head. Then I'll be spinning another wheel to decide which teams will represent those letters on the field. This is an all-simulation, single-loss elimination imperialism style video. Now stop right now and let me know which letter in the comments you think is going to take home the trophy. Enough talking, let's get right to the video. I gotta go with M for Miami because they're the best team in the game, so don't at me about that. But it looks like our first matchup is going to be I versus U, and those letters will be Iowa State versus UL Monroe. So UL Monroe versus Iowa State in the first game of our imperialism video. Let's see who wins it. So it is 30-18, Iowa State with the lead. Iowa State has the ball. They're going to hand it off to the running back just to try to kill some clock here, and I think this game is pretty much over. So Iowa State is going to win this one pretty single-handedly, 37-18. And so just like that, U has been eliminated. All right, so after the first elimination, let's see what the next game is. Looks like it is going to be A versus T. And so the selected teams for that game will be Arkansas versus Temple. It's been a pretty even game so far. Temple versus Arkansas. Both teams have a lot of weight on their back with a lot of other really good teams in their letter. So it looks like this one's a much closer matchup here with Arkansas barely leading Temple by 1 touchdown. Temple has the ball with 2 minutes left to see if they can come back and put up some points to tie this game and send it to overtime. Looks like they're going to be motioning their tight end over to the left side of the field. See what they have in store for them as they still have a decent amount of yards to go before they get to the end zone. They're really trying to chew some clock for some reason, and they throw to a wide open receiver who's got some space, and he's finally pushed out at the 25. This has been exactly what Temple needs as they are right on the door of the red zone. Drops back. They're going to throw to the right, and he's pushed out of bounds inside the 10. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe what is happening right now. They are really on the doorstep. They're going to hand the ball off to the wide receiver, and he just did not cut up field, and looks like they're going to lose a yard. Down to a minute left in this game. One lone man in the backfield. They're going to throw the ball. The quarterback's going to run with it, and he's going to get down to the 5 after a gain of 3. Here we go. Run the ball off to the running back, and he's not going anywhere. It's going to bring up 4th down. And boys, this is the ball game. Shotgun formation, trips to the right. They're gonna get sacked, and that's a turnover on downs. And I cannot believe that Arkansas is gonna hold on. Temple literally had the ball on the 5-yard line and just could not capitalize on it. And that is going to end it. Arkansas is going to win 24-17, and T has been eliminated. And just like that, now 2 letters down, we're going to see who's up next. So up next, let's see who we have. Home team is I again, and we're going to be playing against E. For this matchup, it is going to be now Illinois versus Eastern Michigan. So another big matchup here, I versus E. Not very many teams in either one of these letter scores, though. So Eastern Michigan was actually down 21-0 in this game at one point, so they're starting to try to come back, but it looks like it's going to be a little too late, as that is just a terrible pass out of bounds. 2nd and 10, they're going to have to score a touchdown here very quick if we're going to have any shot of them coming back and beating Illinois. Their quarterback is going to drop back, and he's going to throw to the flats, and that's just no space at all. 3rd and 8, this is pretty much the ball game. I'm assuming this is already the ball game at this point, but they're going to have to go deep. And they throw the ball, and it's almost intercepted. That's pretty much going to end it, I'd say. So here we go, 4th down, ball game in the balance. They need a 1st down to stay alive. They're going to throw, and he just throws it for 3 yards out of bounds. And that is going to end it. Illinois is going to move on 38-21 over Eastern Michigan, as these games haven't really been super close except for that one. And just like that, E has also been eliminated. Is your team still on the board? All right, who is next? Game 4 of this series. Home team H versus O. Looks like this one is going to be Houston versus Oregon. I think Houston might have a chance here to see if they can knock off Oregon, but O is a very powerful letter. There's a lot of good teams. So here we go. It is a pretty close game here. Houston and Oregon 35-31. Oregon with a lead. Houston has the ball with 2 minutes left. They're going to scramble. He's breaking a tackle, and he gets finally knocked down for a gain of 3. It really seemed like he gained more yards on that play than 3, but it was really a well-fought 3 yards anyway. But their quarterback's going to drop back. They need to throw, though. I don't like this running because it's just going to take too long. Clock is still moving. It is 3rd and 1. They need a touchdown for the win in the upset over Team O. And that's a terrible choice for a draw. Here we go, ball game in the bounce right here. Shotgun trips to the short side of the field. They're going to throw a screen pass. That's a terrible choice, and they're going to turn it over on downs. Defense is going to have to make a big stand here. They have all 3 timeouts still. They can hold them to a field goal and still win with a touchdown. But they cannot let the Ducks score a touchdown, and they're going to get a nice 8 yards on the run. Though going out of bounds did save them a timeout, which could be big if they don't get this first down. They're going to run the ball up the middle, and he got it. I thought for a minute he went back. This is it right here. This would be absolutely crazy if Houston was able to pull this off. They're going to drop back and take a sack, and that is how it's going to end. Oregon's winning, and Team O is going to advance. And so there we go. Another team bites the dust. Sorry for all those who chose H, but it's time to end it. So we're going to be moving on to the next one. All right, who is next? Excited to see. Looks like it's going to be W versus K. And for these teams, we have Wake Forest versus Kansas State. So here we go, Kansas State and Wake Forest. These are 2 pretty evenly matched opponents, though, with K having a slight advantage. But this game is pretty much a blowout, 35-10, Kansas State. Wake Forest has really no shot here. They're going to have to score a touchdown on pretty much this exact play if they're going to want a chance here. And they get a nice drive up the middle for 15. So I really, honestly don't think they have much of a shot, but they're not going down without a fight, I guess. Hitting the 2-minute time now. They're going to throw, and that was a risky pass that was almost picked. Is this garbage time or is this crunch time? That is the deciding question, and they're getting sacked. That's going to pretty much end it. K-State is going to win pretty convincingly, and letter K is going to move on. Sorry for letter W. So again, letter W is done now. They are now crossed off the board. All right, next matchup is going to be S versus L. This should be interesting. And so these teams will be San Jose State versus Louisiana. This is going to be an interesting matchup. San Jose and Louisiana for the next matchup. Team S versus Team L. So here we go. Knocking on the door is UL Louisiana. This is going to be a very close finish up against San Jose State, who has a lead by a touchdown. They're going to drop it off on the screen pass, and they're going to gain a few yards there as the clock is winding down. Louisiana needs a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to be able to send this game to overtime. They're going to try to scramble off, and they get drilled by the D tackle. Down to just over a minute. 16 yards away from the end zone, another screen pass, and they have a lot of space, but the running back just ran so far inside. This is 4th down. This could be the game. They still have a first down that they could get if they so desire, but we'll see what they can do. They throw to a wide receiver screen, and he's not going to get the first. So they're just going to knee this one out, and San Jose State is going to take the win. Team L is gone. That is a huge blow. So yeah, that is crazy. Team L is gone. Other teams like LSU and, oh man, that is a big blow. All right, next matchup then. Who is next? It'll be J versus B. Spinning the wheel here, and looks like James Madison versus Buffalo. All right, Buffalo versus James Madison. Should be a pretty good game, both pretty evenly matched teams. So this one is, again, not even close. James Madison blowing out Buffalo. They have pretty much one opportunity here with 2 minutes left, but they're going to have to score fast. And Buffalo's going to drop it off for a couple yards. They're going to no-huddle this, so there we go. An actual team showing some emphasis on the importance of having time. Going to throw it underneath, and that's a nice little pickup. Let's keep it going. Come on, hurry it up. Yep, there we go. He is going for it. Cole Snyder, 17 for 41. That's terrible. They're going to drop back again, and they're just taking these short little 3-yard drags. Is it working for this drive? Yes. Is it going to bring them all the way back to win the game? No. They have to get more chunk yardage because we're already down to 1:10 now. And they've literally run the same thing every single time. They might score a touchdown, but they're probably just going to completely run out of time. They're going to drop back, and guess what? Oh, he dropped it this time. We're going to no huddle it again. Just taking so much time off the clock. And they intercepted it. That's a terrible pass. And that's going to end it. James Madison is going to win and knock off letter B. That's honestly crazy that letter B has not been eliminated because James Madison is literally in a category by themselves. So that's crazy. But, yep, letter B is done. We'll move on. All right, G versus P. This could be a good matchup. It is, Georgia versus Penn State. Let's get this one. So a big matchup here. Two of the best teams in the game. So this one was crazy because Penn State was actually winning 27-21 at one point, and then they fumbled 3 times in a row, and Georgia scored touchdowns off of them. So this game really was Penn State's to lose as Georgia just started going nuts here in the fourth quarter. So we'll see what Penn State can do. Drew Aller needs a nice drive and a nice quick drive to put up some points here on this one. And they're just going to dump it off down low again for a few more yards. Using their no huddle here. 4 wide receivers to the wide side of the field. A nice interesting formation. And it was really just a little screen pass to the tight end. And I'm just not liking their game plan here as they're down by multiple scores. Are going to look for something deeper and just can't do it. So here we go. 3rd down. Big down here. They're going to drop it off and hardly get anything. So here we are. 4th down. 4th and 3. They have a nice throw deep to the sideline. And number 5's gonna go all the way. Amari Evans for a 62-yard touchdown. That is insane. They went for the onside kick. Georgia did recover it. And that's a nice run with the QB as they're going to get 9. Guys, we are a third of the way through this tournament. Is your letter still there? Comment down below and let me know. Looks like the next one is, okay, that can't happen. G will play, but we're going to have to redo the away team. And the field goal to make this even further. And they're going to drill that, and that's going to end this game. Georgia is going to come away with the victory here over Penn State. Carson Beck with a pretty solid outing with 4 touchdowns. As Team G is going to move on and Team P will be eliminated. Sad to see Team P eliminated as a hometown team at Penn State. Just they could not get the job done against Georgia and they're going to be eliminated and we're going to be moving on to the next round. Alright, we'll see who is up next. Looks like it is going to be Team G again, this time against Team K. So here we are. Who is going to be this turn? Oh no, Georgia Southern is going to be representing G versus Kansas. So here we are, Kansas versus Georgia Southern. Georgia just played. Can they move on 2 times in a row? So this is a crazy game. Georgia Southern actually had a 14-point lead at one point in this game. Kansas came all the way back to tie this game as they just scored a touchdown before the 2-minute warning. But Kyle Van Treese for Georgia Southern has gone absolutely insane in this game so far. So we'll see where we go for the rest of it. And he's going to get a big sack. This is not good if you were a letter G fan right now. Because if they have to punt the ball from here, it's not going to be a good field position swap for them. And it looks like that's what they're going to have to do. Georgia Southern is going to punt this one away to Kansas. That is a good punt. Back to their own 30. He's going to have a little bit of room and gets taken down at the 45. Here we go. It is up to Kansas. The fate for Team K right now is they're going to try to run around and he's just going to get tripped up and taken down for a sack. Georgia Southern cannot have a 14-point collapse and lose this game to Kansas. They had the opportunity to win it. And that's a nice throw, and they're not going to quite pick up the first, but he gets pretty close. They're going to no huddle this. They really only need another 10 to 15 yards to be able to hit him with a field goal to win the game. They go all the way down to 3 seconds. And they throw it, and it is a complete pass. They get the first down. The clock is stopped. And they really only need about 5 yards. They're going to drop it off. He breaks a tackle, breaks another one, and gets back to the 40. Gains 2. 13 seconds left in the game. They called their second timeout. They really only need a few yards to solidify this one, and that's a great run. A great run's going to set them up for it. And for some reason, they are going no huddle. They are not calling a timeout. They did not kick a field goal. I cannot believe what I am seeing right now. Unless they just do not have the leg on them for the Kansas kicker, I am shocked to see that we are in overtime right now. And that was almost intercepted. That was almost a terrible pass. Who would have thought the first overtime that we would be seeing right now is Kansas and Georgia Southern? I mean, I was not expecting that. I was expecting this to be a blowout with Kansas. And that could have gone for more, I think, but only a few yards. Come on, Georgia Southern. You have to pull this one out. They've been toying with you for the whole game and letting you in a position to be able to get the upset. And they're just going to get the first and just churn yards. Going to motion the tight end over. Another run, and that's a good run. Gets 7. Another option play, and great play by the corner. This is actually a big play right here for both teams. If Georgia Southern stops them from the first down, they're going to have to kick a field goal. And they just gave him a wide open touchdown. So that is big for Kansas. Georgia Southern is going to have to answer. I still cannot believe that Kansas hurried the ball up and then threw a slant for time to expire. I don't even know. And that was so close to being a touchdown in one play. He really did have a step there. He wasn't wide open, but that was a really good throw from the quarterback. And they're going to do their own sort of option play, and they're going to lose too. That is just not a great play call for this situation. 3rd and long. Drops back, and he hit him in the face. It's looking like this is going to be the end for Team G. They're going to drop back and throw deep. It is intercepted a bit out of bounds, and that's going to end it. Kansas will advance. Team K is moving on. They've won their second game as well, with Kansas State winning earlier. But Jalen Daniels, fantastic game. 362 yards and 4 touchdowns. So that's tough to see. Georgia, who just won a game, has now been eliminated in the very next matchup. But that's what you get whenever you do an Imperialism style video. So we'll be moving on to the next round. So here we go. 13 teams remain, as we will be doing Team A versus Team K. Team K is getting their 3rd matchup of the day. So here we are. Will be Arkansas State versus Kentucky. So looking like K might move on again. So another matchup here for Team K as they take on Arkansas State. And this one is a complete blowout. Kentucky is absolutely destroying Arkansas State. There's really no shot here. So we're pretty much just going to sim this one to the end. So Team K is going to move on quite easily again. So there we go. Kentucky will move on 38-17 over Arkansas State as Team K is moving on and Team A has been eliminated. Sorry to all you Alabama fans, but A has been eliminated. So we're moving on down to the now 12 teams left. Going to the next game here, we will be going for Team J versus Team D. And we will see who will be playing this time. James Madison and Duke, because those are the only 2 options. James Madison versus Duke. James Madison's already played once. We'll see if they can do it again. It is a close game here. James Madison trying to survive and move on again against Duke. They have the ball. Less than 2 minutes left, but they're already finding themselves in a 3rd and 8. Shotgun formation. They're really draining a lot of clock here, and I don't understand why they're doing that. And they're going to take a big sack. That could inevitably end this one. Oh, and their quarterback goes down, so that's even worse. All 3 timeouts for James Madison. They have to get a stop. And that is a great run from the quarterback, because he's going to get 9 yards on that. After the first timeout, they're going to run the ball again, and he gets the first. So Duke is going to come away with the win as they beat out the only other one team in their letter school, which was James Madison. So James Madison got a win, but that was all they could handle. So just like that, Jay has also been eliminated. So we are winding ourselves closer and closer to a top 10 now. This is the game to decide who will be the top 10. It is going to be S versus C. So our matchup will be Southern Miss versus Cal. Another big team over there with Team S. Cal versus Southern Miss. Another good matchup here. We're at 35-17. Cal has a handy lead on Southern Miss, and they're just trying to run this clock out. If they pick up oh, what a hit by the corner. Goodness. With 45 seconds left, it's pretty much over unless they can score very quick here. So after they punt, that'll end the game, as Cal is going to knock off Southern Miss, and letter C will be moving on to the next round and into the top 10. So S has been eliminated. We are now down to our top 10. Is your letter still there? Mine is. So we are down to our top 10. Now we are going to see who is next. It is R versus K. Seeing who is there, it will be Rutgers versus Kansas. Kansas gets to play a second time. Kansas's next attempt here versus Rutgers, as Team K has played a lot in this series so far. So Rutgers will have the ball. They're up by 2 scores, under 2 minutes left, seeing if they can put up some more points here. Kansas is trying to avoid elimination, so we will see what happens here. They're going to run another read option up the middle, and a great run from Rutgers, and that's probably going to end it. I would assume only 1 timeout left. They really can't stop the clock, especially if this is a good run as it is. So this is the last play of the game. Kansas is just going to get sacked, and that's going to end it, as K has been eliminated as the first team down in the top 10. And wow, boys, I really thought Kansas was going to continue to keep on advancing, but they have been finally eliminated, and we are heading down to a smaller and smaller list. Let's see who's next. So the next 2 teams we'll be playing against is V and I. All right, so seeing who we'll be playing against will be Vanderbilt versus Iowa State. Iowa State versus Vanderbilt, another evenly matched game. So here we go, 1st and 10, just about 2 minutes left in the game. Vanderbilt is up by 2 scores. Going to see if they can basically just run this clock down. All they need to do is get a first down to be able to burn all the rest of the timeouts for Iowa State and effectively end this game. Great tackle from Iowa State. The only shot they have to give them life is to get a stop right now. Vanderbilt needs a first down to move on. And that was a super athletic play by the quarterback, but they're not going anywhere. So here we go. Iowa State needs to score a touchdown extremely quick, as they are down 2 touchdowns. And they get 9 yards and go out of bounds. Shotgun formation. Gonna drop back. Throws again, but out of bounds. 3rd and 1. They really, really need to score a touchdown here in the next few plays to have a shot, and that sack is probably going to end it. 4th and 9. Big play, and that is a huge strip sack, and Vanderbilt's going to fall on it, and that's going to end this game. Vanderbilt is going to win this game thanks to a fantastic stat line from their running back. He had 44 rushes for 181 yards and 2 touchdowns. That was a way to help them to be able to win this game 33-13, as Team I will be eliminated. So we're moving on now. Just a few more letters left, as I has been eliminated. We will be moving on to next week and seeing what the next one is. So the next game will be C versus F. And it looks like the teams will be Colorado versus Florida State. So another evenly matched game for this one. So Florida State versus Colorado. So here we are, 1st and 5, picking up here just under 2 minutes left in this game. Colorado down by 7 points. It is time for Shadur to take them down the field. It is caught. No, he dropped it. Oh, what a drop. That would have been absolutely massive had they have pulled that down. But it is 2nd and 5. They're going to fake the handoff, and Shadur is going to run with it. It breaks a tackle and is going to power his way forward to almost the 50-yard line. Another first down for Colorado. They're 17th on the game. Sanders is going to drop back and throw over the middle, and he's down to the 45 in enemy territory. We are on the other side of the 50 now. Colorado threatening. Shadur is going to throw it. It is caught for 8 yards. We are down to just over a minute left in this game. Sanders will throw. Complete. He gets leveled, but he gains 11. Clock is starting to wind down now. They need a touchdown, and they are 15 yards away from where they want to be. They're going to run it up the middle and gain a few. Pushes the running back up over 100 yards on the day. Shadur's going to throw a screen pass, and they have a lot of space. Breaks a tackle, and he gets taken down inside the 5. And this is an exciting finish as we are down to the 3. A run up the middle, he's not going to get it. They're no huddling this. 45 seconds left, they're going to spike it. We are on the 1 yard line. The literal 1 yard line. 4 down linemen. They're going to run up the middle, and it's wide open for the touchdown. An excellent drive from Shadur Sanders to drive them down the field and tie this game up with 42 seconds left. It's time for Jordan Travis now to get some, and he's going to get sacked. They're going to no huddle this. That sack is absolutely huge, though, as their lineman had 13 tackles. Did I read that right? So apparently they're just going to run the whole clock out after that sack to 1 second. Why even snap it at 1 second? We're going to OT. So our second overtime game so far in this series. Jordan Travis is going to run the ball up the middle, and they're going to break a tackle, and he's going to get 3 left to the first. 2nd and 3. They're going to do another read option. That's a good change of direction, but it's going to bring up a 3rd down. As a Miami fan, I really don't want to see Florida State come away with this win as one of our big rivals, but we'll see what they can do, and they are going to pick up the first. Really, nobody's covering number 4 up there in the top right, so which is fine because it was a run, but they're going to run directly to where that was and almost get the first down. Florida State just being very conservative in this game so far. See what they can do with another option play, and they don't get the first. This is a very big play if they don't get this first down. And that's a great pitch. He's got so much space, and that's a touchdown. As Florida State is going to be up by 7. We will see what Colorado is able to do now, as they're going to run the ball up the middle and get really nothing. Shadur the only man in the backfield, and they're going to break a tackle and just doesn't get much of anything. The main question is, where is Travis Hunter? That is the main question. We haven't seen him even targeted so far in this one. They're looking his direction, and they throw a nice pass, but that's going to bring up 4th down. I think I see Travis Hunter in the slot. Again, nobody on number 4. That's a bold decision to run the ball, and they're going to lose off that decision. As Florida State is going to get the win, 35-28, and Team C has been eliminated. So, boys, another letter down. C has been eliminated. We are now getting closer and closer to our top 5. Here we go. Few teams left. We're now 2/3 of the way through the entire thing. Is this going to be Team N versus Team M? Here we go. My team has been chosen. Will we survive? Here we go. N and M. So we got North Texas versus Middle Tennessee State. So Mid Tennessee State versus North Texas is the next battle we have here. I cannot believe what I'm seeing right now, as North Texas just came back from 3 touchdowns down with an 84-yard touchdown to their running back. They're going to run, and he's going to break a tackle. He looks so slow right now. Mid Tennessee State has to score here. See what they can do as they throw. It's an interception, and that might just end it. And that is going to be it. The interception is going to cost them, and my letter, Team M, is done, as N will advance. So that's it. M has been knocked off. N is moving on to the next round. We are getting super close to our top 5. Is your letter still there? All right, the next one for this round is V versus D. Those teams will be Virginia versus Duke. So Duke versus Virginia, as we're going to be finding out who the final teams of our top 5 are. So this one is really not even close at all. Duke is just absolutely destroying Virginia 42-14. So Duke is going to end up winning this one 42-14 for the final score, as Team V will be eliminated. So apparently Team V just did not stand a chance against Duke, as they are still the only team remaining that is the only team in that letter. So Duke has made it to the final 5. Crazy enough. Let's see what the next one is. So here we go. Final few games left in the series. Duke is up again, this time against Team N. So who will Duke be playing? Nebraska. So here we go. Another game for Duke as they're playing against Nebraska. This time they get to be home. So we're down here around 2 minutes left, but Duke is just manhandling Nebraska. They really want to have a title, as Nebraska really has no shot at this point. A nice catch over the middle, but they're still down. And they just took too long to get down the field, ended up turning it over, and Duke is going to run the clock out, and Duke is going to win yet another game. So Duke has now made it into the final 4. We now have D, O, F, and R as the last 4 teams so far in this Imperialism style tournament series. Final 4 teams, here we go. It is O versus F. So actually, we don't have to play Duke this time. So here we go. Who will they be? It is Oregon State versus Florida. Florida versus Oregon State. Heading into the final 4. Well, I can say I safely was not expecting this, because at one point it was 42-0 Oregon State. So Florida's coming back slowly. And that's another broken tackle, and they're down to the 10. So that's going to pretty much end this one. So we go to the victory formation for Oregon State, as they're going to put Florida away 45-17, and Team O is going to move on to the final 3. So Florida has lost. F is off the table. It is now down to the last 3 teams: Duke, Team O, and Team R. We are down to the last 3 teams in this series. O versus R. We'll then play probably Duke in the championship. Actually, most definitely Duke in the championship. So here we go. Who will be the 2 teams to play? Ohio State and Rice. It's Rice versus Ohio State. Poor Rice in this game. So here we are. It is a blowout. Ohio State 36-6 over Rice. Just under 2 minutes left. This game is pretty much over. Rice was able to score 1 more touchdown to put them to 13 points. But that's all that they're going to be able to do against Ohio State. So we are now down to the championship game, guys. D versus O. So it will be Duke versus whatever team spins this wheel next to see who is the championship teams. All right, boys, here we go. Championship game now. And I'm trying to see who the home team is, but I guess it's going to be Duke. So, and who is playing Duke as the away team? It'll be Ole Miss. So here it is, the championship game, Duke versus Ole Miss. I'm so glad that it ended up that these 2 teams are pretty evenly matched. So here we go, guys. It is a very, very close game in this championship. 34-31. Duke is ahead. Can Duke pull off the unbelievable? A deep throw down the side, and it's almost intercepted by Duke. Seeing what they can get, they're going to drop back and throw the ball over the middle. It's caught, and he's going to get taken down at the 30. Can Ole Miss make the comeback? A nice little triple option play, and the quarterback is going to scramble for some yards, and he's taken down after the first. Just under 2 minutes remaining in this championship game. Ole Miss needs a field goal to send this to overtime. They're going to try a screen pass to the running back, and he's going to pick up a yard. 2nd and 9. Ole Miss drops back, just drops it off to the running back, who's going to gain about 5 or 6. We are now at midfield. No running back in the backfield. Ole Miss is going to drop back and throw, and that's a terrible pass. This is it. It is 4th and 3. They need to convert or else this is over. They're going to run the ball, and he's going to pick up the first. I really thought that was a gutsy play call for them to run the ball on 4th down, but it was the right move apparently as they picked up the first. They're going to rely heavily on Zach Evans again. 2nd and 5. We're now in enemy territory at the 40. Going to hand the ball off to the running back again, and he doesn't get anything that time. Can Ole Miss do it? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Can he do it? Can they pull off the comeback win in the championship? Or is Duke going to win it all. And that's a great pass. He's going to break a tackle. And he's finally taken down at the 12. Insane play from Ole Miss as Malik Heath caught that for a huge gain, breaking tackles. And they're going to throw out of bounds. Here we go. This is what championships are made for. This is where you find the stars. And that is a huge sack. Speaking of stars, that was absolutely massive from Ryan Smith. The clock is ticking. It is 3rd and long. Ole Miss only has 1 timeout left, and they're just going to dump it off to the flat. He's going to break a tackle and get leveled. It's going to be 4th down. They should be able to just let this run all the way down, but they're not, and they're going to kick it. And we are tied, 34 apiece. Will Duke attempt to do anything here or just take it to overtime? They're going to throw deep, and it was incomplete. 5 seconds left. Probably a Hail Mary. Riley Leonard's going to drop back. Rolls out to the right. Throws it deep, and it's incomplete. We're going to OT. Guys, we could not have asked for a better championship game. 34 apiece. We're going to overtime. Duke has been the underdogs, has been the Cinderella story, and they are just going to allow an 11-yard or 10-yard run immediately. Duke has been the fan favorite, has been the Cinderella team. Can they pull off the complete sweep and win the entire series? That is a great throw, and he's going to be taken down at the 5. Ole Miss is looking very, very strong right now. See what they have here. Gonna drop back to throw over the middle and no good. 2nd and goal. If there was ever time for Duke's defense to really stand up, right now would be the time. Motioning wide receiver into the backfield is a triple option again, and they just had a perfect play call. That is a touchdown for Ole Miss, and they take the lead. So here we are. 7 points down. Duke needs a touchdown to stay in this game. Riley Leonard's going to throw the ball, and it's caught by number 1, and he's pushed out at the 7. Duke is wasting no time at all. You would expect to slow it down a little bit with a run here. Oh, I think he had him there. He just threw a little bit too high. 2nd and goal. Going to run the ball up the middle, and that's a touchdown for Duke. So we are tied now. Oh, my goodness. Duke is really giving Ole Miss a run for their money as we're now at 41 apiece. Leonard's going to throw to the bubble screen, and that's not going anywhere. Riley Leonard going to fake the handoff. Rolls out right. Stumbles forward and gets 2. What does Duke have in store for us here? They need to. That is a terrible play call. They're going to call a draw, and it's going to make them kick the field goal. The kick is up, and it is good. So here we are. Ole Miss down by 3. They need a touchdown to win this game. That is a great throw from Jackson Dart. They are now about 17, 18 yards away from winning the championship. A good screen. They're going to break a tackle and gain a couple yards. I don't know if I'd be calling these screen plays here. They really need to pick up positive yards. Dart is going to drop back and throw over the middle. It's caught for a 1st down and goal. At the 6-yard line now. Dart's going to hand the ball off, and that's a huge TFL from the corner. Dart in shotgun now. 2nd and goal. Motions over the receiver to the left side of the field. Going to run the ball off to the running back again, who's not going to get very much, and it's 3rd and goal. Not really sure why we're running the ball so much in this situation. We really have to put the ball in the air and score a touchdown. Number 9 is wide open right now. And that's a terrible play as he just did a flat and they threw a pick. And Duke is going to win this game as he's going to be pushed out of bounds with a game-sealing interception. I wasn't expecting the bubble screen because he was open if he wouldn't have run a bubble screen. Jordan Waters, player of the game, 3 touchdowns. Insane. Duke is your national champion. Duke is the winner of the Imperialism tournament. This is crazy. I was not expecting Duke at all to be the leaders and the winners in this game. So with that, guys, this series is complete. The best letter of the alphabet, you guessed it, is D. So congratulations to Duke with that huge win, as they really proved themselves to be better than everyone else in the league. So comment below, let me know if you guys guessed it right. Did you guess D from the beginning? I didn't. I guessed M and was completely wrong, as we lost on our first try. So again, thanks guys for watching the video. If you enjoyed this content, if you like watching College Football Revamped or NCAA 24, make sure to tune into my other videos that I have. I have a series currently going on right now with Appalachian State that's really entertaining, and we're in a nice little series right there where I'm doing a hard and realistic dynasty rebuild until the new game comes out here, hopefully in the summer, and then we'll be doing some more rebuilds then. So let me guys know in the comments how you guys liked it, and I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. See ya.